What's up, NBA fans? Welcome into NBA Now by Chat Sports. As always, I'm your host, Jimmy Crowther, with all the latest NBA news and rumors. And when I started making today's show, we were heavy on the trade rumor side. And then all of a sudden, there were shams, bombs everywhere, and the NBA is officially targeting its start date for 2021 on December 22nd. Originally, it was Christmas Day, and then they said it was going to be February. Then they said it was going to be January. Now they've had a call with the Board of Governors, and they said that they want it to be December 22nd, 3 days before Christmas Day, of course. They're also aiming to have a 72-game season. Now, none of this can be approved before the NBA Players Association actually signs off on it, but this is what they are proposing and what they will bring to the NBPA. There are some other notes on the league and what it might look like next year as well. They want to start it as early as December 22nd and have that shortened season so that stars can play in the 2021 Olympics, and they'll wrap up the season before that. They also are looking to continue with the play-in tournament, which I loved, that 8-9 seed matchup to determine who gets the 8th seed. They'll still try to do that play-in tournament. They're looking to play in market, so aka if your team is playing in Los Angeles, you will play in Los Angeles and not in a bubble site, but that is still TBD, of course, like the rest of this. They also want to reduce travel, so they don't want players and teams traveling too far outside of their respective market too often to reduce really the risk of spreading anything crazy. Also heard notes that they might not play the All-Star game next year, which I think we're all okay with if we get the NBA back. Now, if we do get the NBA back, and if fans are allowed back in stadiums, you're going to have to wear a mask. That's first and foremost. And if you want to get ahead of the game and buy a mask with your team logo on it, you go to chatsports.com/NBA mask. You can get 1, packs of 2, packs of 3, or packs of 4 for up to 30% off today. They come out with new styles basically every single week. So if you don't like what you see on screen, don't worry. Go to the website, go to the link, and they have way more styles for you. Any team you can imagine. Plus, these things are machine washable. I know you got to wear a mask every single day. It stinks. You don't want it on your face all the time. You don't want to break out and get all that oil and grossness on your face all the time. Good thing for fanatics, you can throw those masks in the wash, and it's super, super easy. Now, before we get into the rest of my rumors, I got another piece of news that came in right before we started today's show. Amar'e Stoudemire is back in the NBA. Not as a player, though. He will be coaching the Brooklyn Nets alongside Steve Nash. Now, the report is that he will focus mainly on player development. What they're hoping to emulate is the same pick-and-roll duo that Steve Nash and Stoudemire had with Kyrie and Kevin Durant. Now, obviously, Kevin Durant a little bit more skilled than Amar'e Stoudemire back in the day, but it's still going to be a lot of fun. Amar'e and Nash have had a close relationship ever since they played together in Phoenix, as they played for 6 years together. We also heard notes that are rumors that Steve Nash originally asked Dirk Nowitzki to join his coaching staff, but Dirk was out, so he settled for the next best thing and got Amar'e Stoudemire. So here you have it. Amar'e and Nash are going to coach together in Brooklyn. Could the Lakers be trading for Victor Oladipo of the Indiana Pacers? There's been rumor that there is slight interest in Oladipo on the Lakers side, but according to ESPN and Brian Windhorst, they might give up a little bit too much to get too little for Victor Oladipo. Brian Windhorst said that Danny Green, Kyle Kuzma, and the Lakers' first-round pick is too much to offer for Victor Oladipo. Apparently, the report out there is that teams don't have a lot of trade value right now for Victor Oladipo. They don't value him very highly. They're not going to offer a lot to take him off the Pacers' books. Now remember, Oladipo was just an all-star a few years back before he had that gruesome leg injury. He didn't have a great year this past year, but the kid's still 28 years old. I still think he's going to bounce back. I think this low trade value is kind of insane. And when you look at what the Lakers might be giving up to get Victor Oladipo and Kyle Kuzma and Danny Green, Victor Oladipo, even though he's not 100% healthy, is better than both of these guys. Danny Green had a bit of a letdown year at just 8 points per game, only shot 36% from three, which was way down from the 45% from three that he shot with the Toronto Raptors last year. Now, Kyle Kuzma missed a little bit at the beginning of the year. He had a slow start, a lot of injuries kind of plaguing him. He wasn't exactly what the Lakers were hoping, but he still has so much room to grow that I kind of get not wanting to give up on such a young project already. Now, with that late first-round pick the Lakers have in this 2020 NBA draft, I think there's going to be some solid talent available. I know you guys probably hear everybody say, oh, this draft is weak, the top of it's not very good, and the top of it's not very good. You're not going to find a bunch of all-star caliber talent, but when you get down to the late 20s, this draft is deep, and you could go out and get 2 point guards like Nico Mannion or Tyrell Terry, guys that I expect to be there at the end of the first round. Desmond Bane, one of my favorite wings in the draft, should be available there. Isaiah Stewart and Daniel Oturu, if you're looking to go get a big man, the Lakers could pick them up. So maybe what people are saying is, hey, a first-round pick with guys like this available, plus Green and Kuzma, it doesn't make sense for the Lakers to offer up for Victor Oladipo. Now, before I talk a little bit more about Oladipo to the Lakers and what that might actually look like, I want to tell you to go subscribe to our Lakers channel. If you're a Lakers fan, trust me, we have all the best rumors and news over on that Lakers channel. We just hit 21,000 subscribers. This past week, if you've missed it, we've had like 7 straight 50K plus views on videos, and you guys, if you haven't seen them, I don't know what you're doing. You're living under a rock, but you can go to youtube.com/LakersTV. Hit that subscribe button today. It's going to be in the comment section and in the description of this video. So if you're a Lakers fan, make sure you subscribe. Now, if Kuzma and Danny Green in the first-round pick are too much, this is the idea that I have for the Lakers to offer Oladipo. Now, are the Pacers going to say yes to this? I think there's no chance in hell that they say yes to this, but this is, I guess, the best they would offer. Danny Green, you take out Kuzma, you put in Quinn Cook, and you keep the first-round pick in there. So the value now is just based around the pick, and whatever the Pacers value in Danny Green, which really shouldn't be all that high, but it's less for the Lakers to give up than if they were giving up on their young player in Kyle Kuzma. And what they would have immediately is an answer at that shooting guard position that they don't currently have. Now, obviously, Danny Green is actually starting in place of where Victor Oladipo is in this roster, but you have Avery Bradley coming back. You put him next to Oladipo. That's 2 pretty solid defensive guards right there. You have LeBron coming back. Obviously, he's going to be around. JaVale McGee and Anthony Davis, and you keep Kuzma coming off your bench as well. This is an upgrade all around for the Lakers. Now, are the Pacers going to say yes to this deal? I do not think so. But I do think it is at least interesting, and they should at least be calling the Pacers about a trade to get him there. Now, the Lakers really don't have to make any moves. If they just bring back the exact same team, they'll still probably be number 1 in the West, if not 2 or 3. But if they should make a trade, who do you think the Lakers should trade for? Let me know in the comment section. You can get as crazy with this as you want, or you can be as reserved and held back as you want on this one. But let me know in the comment section, who do you think the Lakers should trade for this offseason? Now, a little piece of news here. NBA 2K21 is coming out very, very soon, and they just released their latest ratings. And they released the ratings of 5 of the Lakers starters in LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Danny Green, KCP, and Alex Caruso. LeBron, one of the best ratings in the game at a 98 overall. One away from basically perfection because you can't be a 100 in NBA 2K21. Anthony Davis coming in at 96 overall, just right behind LeBron James. Danny Green, technically the 3rd highest Laker rated. We don't know what Kuzma's is yet, but he's at a 76, while KCP is right there with him at 76, although I think he should be higher than Danny Green. And then Alex Caruso coming in at a 75. That's your 2K21 Lakers ratings, and trust me, when the whole team comes out, we'll have it for you here on the Lakers channel.